Good day everyone! In this video, we will discuss the informations that we have gathered in one of the continents in the world, which is North America. North America is a continent in the Northern Hemisphere and almost entirely within the Western Hemisphere. It is bordered to the north by the Arctic Ocean, to the east by the Atlantic Ocean, to the southeast by South America and the Caribbean Sea, and to the west and south by the Pacific Ocean. North America is the third largest continent by area, following Asia and Africa. There are 23 countries in North America, namely Antigua and Barbuda, Bahamas, Barbados, Belize, Canada, Costa Rica, Cuba, Dominica, Dominican Republic, El Salvador, Grenada, Guatemala, Haiti, Honduras, Jamaica, Mexico, Nicaragua, Panama, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Trinidad and Tobago, and the United States of America.
Dominica. Dominica is officially the Commonwealth of Dominica. It's an island country in the Caribbean. The capital, Roseau, is located on the western side of the island. Dominica, 15 degree 25 north latitude and 61 degree 20 west longitude. The ITA code of Dominicas was Air Century Y2, Arajet DW, Red Air L5, Servicios Aeros Profesionales 5S, Sky Cana RD, Sky High Aviation. The main attractions in Dominica was Morte Trois Pythons National Park. It is a jewel of Dominica. Next one is Boiling Lake. It is one of most popular attraction in Morte Trois Pythons National Park. This eerie-looking pool of bubbling gray-green water lies at the end of eastern New York. Victoria Falls, one of the most impressive and photogenic waterfalls on the island. Trafalgar Falls. The hike to Trafalgar Falls, it is one of the most popular things to do in Dominica. Known as Mother and Father, these twin falls lie at the end of an easy 10 to 15 minutes hike through the forest of endangered plants and vanilla orchids. The next is Dominica's beaches. Most visitors choose a vacation in Dominica for hiking and nature. The cultural contribution of Dominica was it is name of French, places appear as of 10 English, African language, food and customs often mingles with European tradition as part of the island Creole culture. The current issues in Dominica, was management of elections, judicial efficiency, and government corruptions. The second country was Nicaragua. It is the largest country in the Central American Isthmus, bordered by Honduras to the northwest, the Caribbean Sea to the east, Costa Rica to the south, and the Pacific Ocean to the southwest. The latitude of Nicaragua is 12.8 north latitude, and the longitude was 85.2 west latitude. The ITA code of Nicaragua was Las Costañas W8. The main attraction of Nicaragua was the Laguna de Apoyo. It is a nature-serving reserve consisting of a thermally vented 48 square kilometer body of water contained inside the crater of the Apoyo volcano. The next one is San Juan del Sur. There is something infection about this local fishing village turned surf and party mecca. The Isla de Ometepe, the largest in Central America, Lake Nicaragua, is home to a biosphere unlike the other in the world. Ometepe is a twin volcano island surrounded by the fresh water. The next one is Leon. Leon is the second largest city in Nicaragua after the city of Managua and was founded in the 16th century. Corn Island. The Caribbean coast of Nicaragua is home a set of islands that are world away from the rest of the country. Corn Island consists of big corn and little corn, the latter being a carb-free paradise which is home to world-class deep-sea diving. The cultural contribution of Nicaragua, it is appreciated for their natural warmth, hospitality, and wisdom. This country is known as the land of poets. A Nicaraguan poet, Ruben Dario, is the father of Spanish American literary movement, modernism. And the current issues in Nicaragua was amenities, U.S. enlist violence against women, freedom expressions violations, and the violation of design and sexual and reproductive rights as their main concerns for their country. And the third country was Saint Lucia. Saint Lucia. Saint Lucia is an island nation in the eastern Caribbean Sea on the boundary with the Atlantic Ocean. The latitude of Saint Lucia is 13.9 north latitude and the longitude was 16.9 west longitude. The IITA code of Saint Lucia, Castries, SLU, B Oxford, UVF. The top attraction in Saint Lucia was Pigeon Island National Park. It is the Trust Foundation is chartered to restore many of the decaying structures on an ongoing basis using park admission. The next one was pythons. These are the iconic volcano natural treasures of St. Lucia. The third one was Immaculate Conception Church. The walls contain modernist murals depicting the 12 stages of the cross and painted that many years ago for the visit by. The cultural contribution of St. Lucia was it is blend of influences of African, French, and English heritage. The current issues in St. Lucia was the government corruptions, inadequate transparency, police brutality, and the perception of impunity for such abuses and discrimination against LGBTQ people. The fourth one was El Salvador. It is bounded by Honduras to the north and east, by the Pacific Ocean to the south, and by Guatemala to the northwest. 13.7 north latitude, 88.8 west longitude. The IATA code of El Salvador was Avianca El Salvador, PAI, Transportes Aéreos de El Salvador, TES, Volaris El Salvador, BOS. The main attraction of El Salvador was El Rosario Church or Iglesia El Rosario. It is strongly past the gray concrete arc of El Rosario Church. It's hard to believe that a folk-like, hunger-like building is a place of worship. And if it wasn't offered a single featureless white crossing rising from its entrance. The next, National Theater of El Salvador. Built between 1911 and 1917, San Salvador's magnificent National Theater of El Salvador. Cerro Verde National Park. With its trio of volcano peaks encircled by lush jungle, a vast network of hiking trails, and the nearby crater lake of Cuarapique, the Cerro Verde National Park. And the cultural contribution of El Salvador was it is by Native American culture, people, as well as Latin American culture. Latin America, Hispanic America, Ibero, Dutch America. Mestizo culture and the Catholic Church dominates by the country. Current issues in El Salvador was judicial independence, abuses by security forces, education, prison and police barracks, gangs and violence, disappearance, government accountability, women's sexual and reproductive rights. And the last, Antigua and Barbuda. Antigua and Barbuda is a sovereign country in the West Indies. It lies at the juncture of the Caribbean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean in the Leeward Islands. The latitude of Antigua and Barbuda is 17.08 north latitude, and the longitude was 61.7 west longitude. The IATA code of Antigua and Barbuda was St. John's ANU, Codrington BBQ. Half Moon Bay, Antigua. At the southern end of Antigua, Half Moon is a bay fringed by one of the Caribbean best beaches. The next one is Trinidad City, Antigua. If you have lifelong fear of stingrays, this fun is face-to-face adventures should be banish those fears forever. The cultural contribution of Antigua and Barbuda was it is classic sample of Creole culture. It emerged from the mixing Amerindian, Carib, and Arawak, West African and European, primarily British, cultural traditions. The current issues in Antigua and Barbuda was vulnerable communities and sectors in Antigua and Barbuda are threatened by the impacts of extreme weather events caused by climate change, such as hurricanes, droughts, and floods.
Hi everyone, I'm Mia Kyle Kabadi, and for today, I'm going to discuss about the other 4 countries of North America. Here are the 4 countries that I'm going to discuss to you: the Belize, Haiti, Barbados, St. Kitts, and Nevis. The first country that we are going to discuss today is the Belize. Belize is at North America and located in Central America. The IATA code of Belize, or the International Air Transport Association, is Philip S.W. Goldson International Airport, and the code is BZE or MZBZ. Let me give you 3 tourist attractions of Belize. Number 1 is the Ambergris Cay and Hol Chan Marine Reserve. As you can see in the picture, it is a beach. If diving and snorkeling are on your list, this is the best place to visit. Ambergris Cay and Hol Chan Marine Reserve. It is named by Mayan, which is Little Cod, and it is one of the 7 reserves within the Belize Barrier, which is the second largest marine after the Australia's Great Barrier Reef. The second tourist attraction at Belize is the Lighthouse Reef Atoll and the Blue Hole. It is the farthest from shore of Belize. 3 atolls, the Lighthouse Reef in Nirvana for nature lovers and divers. And the third one, tourist attractions at Belize, is the Placentia Peninsula. It is snuggled at the end of 26-kilometer sandy peninsula. Palencia is the popular fishing village and beach resort. Let's talk about the cultural considerations of Belize. Belize is a mixture influence of people from Creole, Maya, East India, Garinagu, which is known as Garifuna, Mestizo, a mixture of Spanish and Native Americans, and with many more cultures from Chinese to Lebanese. Now, let's talk about the geographical locations of Belize. Belize is located at the Central America between Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula and Guatemala. Belize is the only English-speaking country in the region and has the long coastline on the Caribbean Sea. Now let's talk about the current issue at Belize. Today, the Governor General H.E. Dame Farila Chazam conferred on behalf of His Majesty King Charles III appointments to order of the British Empire on the occasion of New Year honors to 2022 7 Belgians. It is about Belgians appointed to the Order of the British Empire. The second country that we're going to discuss today is the Haiti. The Haiti is in North America and also situated in Caribbean Island. The IATA code of Haiti is Toussaint Louverture International Airport, and the code is PAP. Let me also give you 3 tourist attractions in Haiti. The first one is the Bassin Bleu. The Bassin Bleu is blissfully secluded waterfall on the hills of Jacmel in Haiti. Travelers can follow a trail to the basin and spend the jumping from waterfalls, swimming in turquoise water, and enjoying the cool cover of lush vegetation. The privacy of the spot makes it feel more paradise. The second one is the Labadee. Labadee is a private port and secluded piece of paradise. Owned by the Royal Caribbean International Cruise Company, the white sandy beaches and the crystal water here make it one of the most enchanting destinations on the island of Haiti. The other one is Coquille Beach. Coquille Beach is the idyllic Caribbean have been replicated in holiday brochures worldwide with fine white sand, turquoise water, and tall, luscious palm trees swaying lazily in the warm breeze. Now let's talk about the cultural considerations of Haiti. Haiti culture fuses African, French, and West Indian elements, forming a social divider. The language is now being used in attempts to define a natural culture. The language is used in literature, drama, dance, and some governmental functions. Voodoo is the culture has its own lingo. The geographical location of Haiti. Haiti is located between Caribbean Sea and the North Atlantic Ocean. Haiti occupies the western one-third of the island of Hispaniola. The Dominican Republic borders Haiti on the eastern side of the island. Haiti's closest neighbors include Jamaica to the west and Cuba to the northwest. Now let's talk about the current issue at Haiti. 1/3 of the population lack access to the clean water and 2/3 have limited or no sanitation service. More than third of Haitians, 4.4 billion, lives food with insecurity, international agencies report, and 217,000 children suffer from moderate to severe malnutrition. The third country that we're going to discuss today is the Barbados. Barbados is in North America, easternmost island of Caribbean island, located close to Ecuador. The IATA of Barbados is Grantley Adams International Airport. The code is BGI. Number 1 is the beaches of Carlisle Bay. One of the most pictured destinations at Barbados is the Carlisle Bay on the edge of Bridgetown. Beautiful bland beaches and long stretches of crystal clear turquoise water make this one of the most inviting areas to dip your toes in the sea or set a beach chair. Now let's talk about the cultural considerations of Barbados. The culture of Barbados is a blend of West African, a British culture present in Barbados. English is the official language of the nation, reflecting centuries of British influence, but the Bajan dialect in which it is spoken, it is an iconic part of Barbadian culture. The geographical location of Barbados. The Barbados is the island country in the southern Caribbean Sea, situated at 100 miles east of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Roughly triangular in shape. The island measures some 20 miles from northwest to southwest and about 15 miles from east to west in its widest part. Now let's talk about the current issue of Barbados. Barbados is a democracy that regularly holds competitive elections and uphold civil liberties. Challenges includes official corruption and lack of government transparency, discrimination against LGBTQ+ people, violent crime, and poverty. Now let's talk about the last country that I'm going to discuss to you in North America is St. Kitts and Nevis. St. Kitts and Nevis is located in North America. The IATA of St. Kitts and Nevis is Robert Lewis Lee Bradshaw International Airport, and the code is SKB. Now let me share to you the tourist attractions at St. Kitts and Nevis. The first one is St. Kitts Scenic Railway. If you don't have luck, time, and wish to find as much of St. Kitts as possible in complete relaxation, you should consider the St. Kitts Scenic Railway. This distinctive railway line will lead you on 3 hours along the shore of St. Kitts on a slender gauge trail of 762 kilometers. The second one is the Cottle Church. This church is a tiny Anglican church north of Charlestown, established in 1824 by John Cottle, then a plantation holder and the president of Nevis. He wished the church to act as a spot of prayer for whites enslaved jointly. The third one is the Sky Safari Tours. Situated in Old Road Town, Sky Safari Tours provide the distinctive view of the colorful nature of St. Kitts. This zipline adventure trip company will make you see the neighboring rainforest from a common point of view. Above the canopy, the style birds observe it. Now let's talk about the cultural considerations of St. Kitts and Nevis. British traditions plays an important part in the modern culture of St. Kitts and Nevis, and most inhabitants are African descent, having been brought in during the early colonial period. English is the official language spoken here. Around 50% of devoutly religious populations in Anglican. Let's talk about the geographical location of St. Kitts and Nevis. St. Kitts and Nevis is a twin island country with a total landmass of 270 square kilometers. The island of St. Kitts, the larger of the two, is 180 square kilometers in size and is located at latitude 17.3 and longitude of 62.80. The current issue at St. Kitts and Nevis is there are some concerns about the government corruption and transparency. Authorities in recent years have been seen success in addressing a high rate of violence.
Hi, my name is Alexi Catley, and we're gonna talk about 5 different countries, and we're gonna talk about first with Guatemala. So Guatemala is a Central American country south of Mexico. So it is home to volcanoes, rainforests, and ancient Mayan sites. So the capital, Guatemala City, features the stately National Palace of Culture and the National Museum of Archaeology and Ethnology. So for the geographical location of Guatemala, the geographical location is 15 degrees 30 minutes north and 90 degrees 15 minutes west. So for the IATA or IATA code, the first one is THL de Guatemala. The IATA code is L3. And for the Transportes Aéreos Guatemaltecos, the IATA code is 5U. The next one, we're going to talk about the tourist attractions on Guatemala. So the first one would be on Livingstone on the Caribbean coast, Atlantis. So this is a small town of brightly painted wooden house, and it is found in the jungle among coconut groves, lies along with Guatemala's Caribbean coast. The next one would be on Casa Santo Domingo Museums. So for an insights, for the local history, you can stop by the Casa Santo Domingo Museums in Antigua. So it is located in an old convent that's been wonderfully restored, and the facility has 6 museums consisting of rooms that thoughtfully presented historical items from the Mayan people and all the Spanish. So for the current issues that is Guatemala's facing right now is Guatemala holds the regular elections that are generally free, and organized crime and corruptions severely impact of the function of government, and violence and criminal extortion schemes are serious problems, and also victims have little resource to justice. So the next country that we're going to talk about is the Dominican Republic. So the Dominican Republic is a Caribbean nation that shares the island of Hispaniola with Haiti to the west. So Dominican Republic is known for its beaches, resorts, and golfing. It is also known for its terrain comprises rainforest, savanna, and highlands, including Pico Duarte, the Caribbean Stolens Mountain. The geographical location of Dominican Republic is 19 degrees north and 70 degrees 40 minutes west. The next one is the IATA codes or IATA codes. So the first one is Air Century. The IATA code is Y2. The next one is Arajet. The IATA code is DW. The next one would be the Red Air, and the IATA code will be L5. So the next one would be the Servicios Aéreos Profesionales, and the IATA code is 5S. And the next one is the Sky High Aviation Services, and the IATA code is DO. Let's talk about next on the major attractions of Dominican Republic. So the first one on the list will be Lake Enriquillo. So Lake Enriquillo will be lying well below sea level. So this is a large lake that supports an abundance of wildlife, including flocks of pink flamingos. The next one will be Colonial Zone Santo Domingo. So Santo Domingo is the nation's capital, and is also the first city founded by the Spanish in the Americas, and has the first cathedral, first fortress, and first university. So let's talk about the current issues that Dominican Republic is facing right now. So as what I've researched, the Dominican Republic continued to show remarkable resilience to global shocks, supported by sound policies, monetary policy support, a nimble COVID vaccination campaign, and a well-attuned reopening that allowed the economy to make the most of the global rebound last year. So the next country will be Grenada. So Grenada is a Caribbean country comprising a main island that is also called Grenada, and also smaller surrounding islands, dubbed the Spice Isle. Spice Isle is hilly main island that is home to numerous nutmeg plantations. It is also the site of capital St. George, whose colorful homes, Georgian buildings, and early 18th century Fort George overlook narrow Carnage Harbor. So for the geographical location of Grenada, the geographical location is 12 degrees 7 minutes north and 61 degrees 40 minutes west. Let's talk about next on the IATA code. So the first one will be American Airlines, and the IATA code is AA. The next one will be Air Canada, and the IATA code is AC. The third one is JetBlue Airways, and the IATA code is B6. The next one will be Air Jamaica, and the IATA code is BW. And then let's talk about next about the major attractions or tourist destination of Grenada. So the two places that you can't miss in Grenada are the Alhambra and the General Life. So the Alhambra is a historical site that dates back to the 10th century and has been described as the most beautiful palace in Europe. It is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is home to the most impressive collections of Arab art in the world. So the next one will be the General Life. So General Life is another beautiful spot in Granada that has been called one of the most beautiful or romantic gardens in Europe. So it was built in 1577 by King Charles V and features dozens of fountains, ponds, and gardens throughout its grounds. So let's talk about next on the current issues of Grenada. So Grenada is a parliamentary democracy that regularly hosts credible elections. So ongoing concerns include corruptions, discriminations against LGBT plus people, and violence against women and children. So the fourth country that we're going to talk about is the Trinidad and Tobago. So Trinidad and Tobago is one of the dual island in Caribbean nation that is near Venezuela with distinctive Creole traditions and cuisines. So the Trinidad's capital is Spain that hosts a boisterous carnival featuring calypso and soca music. So the geographical location of Trinidad and Tobago is 10 degrees 40 minutes north and 30 degrees and 27 minutes west. So the IATA code is Caribbean Airlines and the IATA code is BW. So the next one will be the tourist attractions or major destinations of Trinidad and Tobago. So the first one will be the Englishman's Bay. So Englishman's Bay is one of the most incredible beaches that you'll find somewhere in the Caribbean and not just in Trinidad. So aside from Englishman's Bay, the next one that a must see is the Pigeon Point. So on the southwest coast of the island, Pigeon Point is a serene nature reserve which culminates in a postcard perfect slice of coastline. So let's talk about next on the current issues of Trinidad and Tobago. So the National Police reported 448 murders in 2021 while 396 were reported in 2020. So police have been criticized for excessive use of force and Trinidadians have reportedly sought to join the Islamic State militant group in recent years. So the last country that we're going to talk about is the Honduras. So the Honduras is a Central American country with Caribbean Sea coastline to the north and the Pacific Ocean to the south. So the geographical location of Honduras is 15 degrees north and 86 degrees 30 minutes west. So the next one will be IATA codes or what we call IATA code. The first one is Aerolíneas SOSA. The IATA code is SO. The next one will be Avianca Honduras. The IATA code is WC. And the last one will be CM Airlines. And the IATA code will be CC. Let's talk about next on the major attractions. So the first one will be Utila Bay Islands. So Utila is the most budget-friendly of the Bay Islands. Backpackers flock to this small 13-kilometer long island and many visitors come here on the affordable dive vacations. The second one that you can visit is the Lancetilia Botanical Gardens. So about 5 kilometers from the city of Tela, Lancetilia Botanical Gardens are the second largest tropical botanical gardens in the world. The last one is the current issues of Honduras. So the current issues that Honduras facing is the challenges defenders faced are exacerbated by the widespread presence of drug trafficking and corruption in Honduras. So a growing migration crisis, mistrust in the state's institutions, and the budget crisis that has Honduras mired in debt. So let's talk next about the cultural contributions of Central America. So as we all know, Central America is a part of the world that has been underrepresented in terms of cultural contributions in the world. So the main cultural contribution of Central America is its music. In fact, there are many genres of music that have come out of this region, from mariachi to salsa and everything in between. So this music has helped to shape modern pop culture as well as popularization of its own unique style. So another major contributions of Central America is its food. So many people travel here especially because they want to try some great local dishes like pupusas or empanadas. And finally, there are also plenty of literary works that have been written by both native writers and immigrants alike about life in Central America. The best example might be Gabriel Garcia Marquez's 100 Years of Solitude, which was based on his childhood growing up in Colombia.
The Bahamas are a group of about 700 islands encased in the western Atlantic Ocean, of which only between 30 and 40 are inhabited. The largest of the islands is Andros Island, located north of Cuba and 200 kilometers southeast of Florida. The Bimini Islands are to its northwest. The geographical location is 25.03 north latitude and 77.39 west longitude. The airline code is Bahamas Air. Its IATA code is US. The airline code is Southern Air Charter. Its IATA code is PL. Then the last one is Western Air and its IATA code is WT. Dominating the skyline on Paradise Island, this splashy, salmon-pink resort evocatively recreates the legend of Atlantis in a luxury hotel, entertainment complex, aquarium, and water park. It's one of the top resorts in the Bahamas. One of the most popular cruise ship ports in the Caribbean, Nassau, Bahamas still manages to charm visitors. Exuma Cayce Land and Sea Park has some of the most striking seascapes in the Bahamas. Luminous water in shades of electric blue merges with bone white sand, creating a dazzling backdrop for a range of water sports. The northernmost of the Bahamian Islands, Grand Bahama Island is a popular destination for package tourists and cruise ships. The capital, Freeport, is the second biggest city in the Bahamas, though Port Lucaya has now replaced it as the tourist hub for attractions like shopping, dining, and entertainment. The Bahamas' largest landmass, Andros, is a haven for anglers and divers. The island is home to the third largest barrier reef in the world, as well as many freshwater blue holes and underwater caves, creating an underwater wonderland for those who love to explore under the sea. Be sure to bring or rent snorkel equipment so you can view this attraction up close. Skirting the eastern shore of Great Abaco, Treasure Cay Beach is often voted one of the most beautiful beaches in the world. This spectacular stretch of flour-soft sand and aqua water wows visitors who come here to bask on its creamy, crescent-shaped shore. It's easy to see why Cable Beach is one of the most popular beaches in the Bahamas. Located on New Providence Island, nearly 6 miles west of Nassau's downtown, this vast expanse of silky soft sand calls to weary travelers looking to unwind. One of the most beautiful islands in the Bahamas, Long Island lies a little off the beaten path in the southern half of the archipelago. If you love untouched nature, you'll love Long Island, and this is an optimal place for a romantic couple's vacation. Dolphin encounters, sea lions, inflatable fun parks, a beautiful white sand beach, You'll find all of this and more on Blue Lagoon Island. A visit to this attraction-packed private island, also known as Salt Cay, is one of the most popular things to do in the Bahamas on a cruise. The Bahamas is a stable democracy where political rights and civil liberties are generally respected. However, the islands have a relatively high homicide rate, harsh immigration policies, which mainly affect Haitian Bahamians and Haitian migrants, are often executed in the absence of due process. Jamaica is an island country situated in the Caribbean Sea. It is the third largest island in the Caribbean Sea. Jamaica has a lush topography of mountains, rainforest, and reef-lined beaches. The geographical location is 18.10 north latitude and 77.29 west longitude. The airline code is Air Jamaica and its IATA code is JM. Negril Beach is one of Jamaica's most beautiful stretches of white sand and aqua sea. Backed by the famous Negril Cliffs, it's also one of the best beaches in the Caribbean. Rafting the Martha Brae is one of the most popular things to do in Jamaica, especially for couples. At Martha Brae Rafter Village, you can glide down a picturesque stretch of the river on bamboo rafts pulled by local guides. The Black River is the longest in Jamaica, and you can tour this tranquil river on a guided boat tour. Nature lovers will be in heaven. Crocodiles and more than 100 species of birds, including herons and growy egrets, are among the critters that make their home here, and you can learn all about the area's ecology and history during the tour. Rich Falls are among Jamaica's prettiest and most peaceful falls. They lie tucked in the mountain forest of the John Crow Mountain Range near Port Antonio. A gentle hike through tropical rainforest takes you to the top of the falls where a lifeguard patrols. Outdoor enthusiasts and adventurers can test their skills kayaking and ziplining as they explore the Great River. 2-hour guided tours take guests kayaking through rolling rapids and calm waters or ziplining above the river for a little adrenaline-infused adventure. A tour guide gives a safety and equipment briefing and offers insight into the wildlife and vegetation along the river. Crime and corruption remain significant concerns in Jamaica, with the security measures associated with the former adding to the cost of doing business. The Jamaican judicial system has a long tradition of being fair, but court cases can take years or even decades to resolve. Now I will present the cultural distribution of tourism in the Caribbean region, which is the Bahamas and Jamaica. Colorful is one word to describe the culture of the Caribbean people. The region is a melting pot of different languages, cuisine, music, and customs. It is this diversity that gives the Caribbean region a unique identity. One dish common to many Caribbean countries is pilau, a mixture of salt fish, beef, rice and peas, pigeon peas, and other vegetables. The Caribbean is the birthplace of many popular types of music that have spread throughout the world. Caribbean music genres are diverse. There are many other genres of music that originated in the region such as merengue, calypso, salsa, soca, and reggae, among others. Soccer is the most popular sport in almost all Caribbean countries. Official symbols of the Caribbean include the parrot, palm, and the shell. Caribbean parades are known the world over for their loud music, invigorating dance moves, and vibrant, outlandish costumes. They showcase the best aspects of the rich Caribbean culture and their people's vibrant way of life. Each year, different countries in the region host hundreds of festivals and carnivals, and people take preparation seriously. The United States of America is the third most populous country in the world and is the third largest country by both land and total area. The national capital is Washington, D.C., and the most populous city and financial center is New York City. It is located on the North American continent and is bordered by the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, Canada to the north, and Mexico to the south. The geographical location is 37.09 north latitude and 95.71 west longitude. The airline code is American Airlines. Its IATA code is AA. The next one is Avelo Airlines. Its IATA code is XP. The next one is Breeze Airways. Its IATA code is MX. The next one is Delta Airlines. Its IATA code is DL. The next one is Alaska Airlines. Its IATA code is AS. The next one is Allegiant Air. Its IATA code is G4. The next one is Eastern Airlines. Its IATA code is 2D. The next one is Frontier Airlines. Its IATA code is F9. The next one is Hawaiian Airlines. Its IATA code is HA. The next one is JetBlue. Its IATA code is B6. The next one is Southwest Airlines. Its IATA code is WN. The next one is Spirit Airlines. Its IATA code is NK. The next one is Sun Country Airlines. Its IATA code is SY. And the last one is the United Airlines. Its IATA code is UA. This incredible natural attraction is one of the most visited places in the United States. Carved out by the Colorado River, the Grand Canyon cuts deep into the landscape, creating dramatic cliff walls and ledges. Visitors standing on the rim of the canyon can see down to the canyon floor a mile below and look out over the ridges and cliffs that run as far as the eye can see. A universal symbol of freedom, the Statue of Liberty is America's most familiar icon and the largest statue in the world. Standing proudly in New York Harbor, visitors can admire the statue from various points around the city, particularly Battery Park, or take a ferry ride to the statue. This mega amusement park in Orlando is the top family attraction in America and has been catering to both young and old for decades. Opened in 1971, Walt Disney World has managed to maintain its relevance and its allure for children and even many adults throughout the years. This is a place where you can spend a day or a week. Walking along the Las Vegas Strip, the main street leading through the city past the mega resorts, is like strolling through an amusement park for adults. Recreations of the New York skyline, the Eiffel Tower, the canals of Venice, and many more foreign sights line this famous street. One of America's most loved parks, Yosemite National Park, is one of the best places to visit in California, particularly for nature lovers. Famous sites like the incredible granite domes of El Capitan and Half Dome have to be seen in person to fully appreciate their grandeur. The massive waterfalls that tumble off sheer cliffs from mountain snowfall or sudden summer rainstorms are another of the park's highlights. Arcing across San Francisco Bay, joining San Francisco and Marin County, the Golden Gate Bridge has been a California icon since it was built in the 1930s. Contrasting with the blue water, the bridge's orangish-red color is an aesthetic accent that brings a unique quality to the city. Bustling Times Square, famous for its flashing billboards, New Year's Eve countdown, and constant throngs of people, lies at the heart of Midtown Manhattan. This intersection, in normal times, is really about the energy one feels when standing on the corner as taxi cabs rush by and lights flash overhead, rather than any individual site on the square. While it is an interesting place to visit during the day, it is probably best seen at night to experience the full impact. San Antonio's Riverwalk is a beautiful location and a great place to spend some time. Whether you are looking for a place to wander, enjoy a meal, or look for souvenirs. Stretching along the San Antonio River in the heart of the city, this pedestrian area is lined with restaurants and outdoor dining areas, with everything from casual to fine cuisine. Montana's Glacier National Park offers some of the most beautiful mountain scenery in the United States. Mountains, lakes, glaciers, valleys, and waterfalls combine to form a spectacular alpine landscape. Yellowstone National Park is home to a huge ancient volcano which has resulted in a dramatic landscape and awesome natural phenomena. geysers and hot springs, along with incredible waterfalls along the Yellowstone River, are just some of the attractions drawing in huge numbers of tourists each year. The current issues in America are racism and racial inequality, human rights, violence against LGBT people, and gender inequality. Now I will report the cultural distribution of tourism in the Mid-Atlantic region, which is the USA. Mid-Atlantic is a region of the United States generally located in the overlap between the northeastern and southeastern states. The influences on cuisine in this region of the United States are extremely eclectic, owing to the fact that it has been and continues to be a gateway for international culture as well as a gateway for new immigrants. Scrapple is a popular food in the Mid-Atlantic countries. Scrapple is a mix of pork, meat, scrapes, and trimmings mixed with cornmeal, flour, and spices, and it is made into a loaf. Panama is the southernmost country in Central America. It is a transcontinental country spanning the central part of North America and the northern part of South America. Panama has the most developed economy and is the largest consumer of Central American countries. The geographical location is 8.53 north latitude and 80.78 west longitude. The airline code is Copa Airlines, its IATA code is CM, and the next one is DHL Aero Expresso, its IATA code is D5. The Panama Canal stands as one of the world's greatest feats of engineering. Visitors can take either a partial or complete crossing of the canal. Crossings take 4 to 8 hours. Many visitors choose to explore the canal by visiting the Miraflores Lux Museum. From the restaurant located at the top floor of the museum, visitors can watch transiting vessels in the canal below. Bocas del Toro is a favorite spot for scuba divers, and as the dives are shallow, it's particularly suited particularly for beginners. An extensive coral reef features colorful varieties of tropical fish. In Bocas del Toro, visitors routinely hike through the lush rainforest to enjoy empty stretches of beautiful shoreline. The island of Coiba is the largest island in the park, as well as the largest island in all of Central America. More than 800 species of marine life are present in the area. The park is known as one of the best places to enjoy snorkeling and scuba diving on the Pacific coast. The international surfing community has tried to keep this idyllic spot a secret, but the word is out that Santa Catalina offers world-class surfing. Located on the Chiriqui Gulf, the town doesn't offer a lot in the way of amenities, but its beautiful beach, surrounded by jungle forest, makes it an ideal destination for those who wish to enjoy Panama's natural beauty. Isla Taboga is Panama's favorite escape out of the city to bathe in its sandy beaches, ride jet skis, speedboats, and fishing charters. It has a charming village with the second oldest church in the Western Hemisphere, a few narrow streets with a few restaurants and great views to Panama City and from the top of the island. Playa Las Lajas is a beautiful beach and is ideal for swimming and body surfing. Rustic shacks and cheap restaurants are clustered on the beach at the end of the road. Corruption is Panama's biggest issue. Panama ranked 111 out of 180 countries in the 2021 Transparency International Corruption Perceptions Index. The US and other international investors have voiced concerns about corruption and inconsistent treatment of investors and businesses. Now I will discuss the cultural distribution of tourism for Central America region, which is Panama. Central America is a region with deeply rooted ancestral traditions. Depending on the time of year, life, the dead, the saints, and the harvest are celebrated. Central American traditions include festivities that combine indigenous and Spanish influences, religious festivities, civic festivals, and popular festivities. Some important festivals and traditions include the Carnival, Day of the Dead, and many celebrations devoted to different saints and virgins. Central American food is varied, tasty, and colorful, with delicious ingredients as diverse as the culture itself. Catholicism is the main religion in Central America. Spanish is widely spoken in this region. Central American cuisine refers to the typical foods, beverages, and cooking styles common to many of the countries and cultures in Central America. Central America is a very diverse region with cuisines that vary from nation to nation. Some items typical of Central American cuisine include maize-based dishes, arepas, pupusas, tacos, tamales, tortillas, and various salsas.
So let's go now to the 5 countries in North America. The first one is Costa Rica. The capital of Costa Rica is San Jose. For the second one, we have Cuba. The capital of Cuba is Havana. For the Mexico, we have the capital of Mexico City. For the country of Canada, Canada has 2 capitals. The former capital of Canada is Quebec, but it changes in year 1866 to Ottawa. Today, the Ottawa is the capital of Canada. For the last one, we have the St. Vincent and Grenadines. The capital of St. Vincent and Grenadines is Kingstown. Let's proceed to the geographical location of these countries. For the Canada, Canada occupies most of the northern part of North America. The country is bounded by the North Atlantic Ocean on the east, the North Pacific Ocean on the west, and the Arctic Ocean to the north. It borders Alaska, or the USA, in the west, the 12 US states of the continental part of the United States in the south. Cuba, officially the Republic of Cuba, is an island country comprising the island of Cuba, as well as Isla de la Juventud and several minor archipelagos. Cuba is located where the northern Caribbean Sea, Gulf of Mexico, and Atlantic Ocean meet. Mexico is located in the North America. It borders the Caribbean Sea and the Gulf of Mexico between Belize and the US, and borders the North Pacific Ocean between Guatemala and the USA. For the geographical location of Costa Rica, it is a small country in Central America. It is bordered by Nicaragua to the north and Panama to the south. The Caribbean Sea is to the east and the Pacific Ocean is to the west. Costa Rica is slightly smaller than the state of West Virginia. And now let's explore the geographical location of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It is an island country in the Caribbean. It is located in the southwest windward island of the Lesser Antilles, which lie in the West Indies at the southern end of the eastern border of the Caribbean Sea, where the latter meets the Atlantic Ocean. Like our country, which is the Philippines, other countries are facing a lot of issues too, such as in Canada. The current issues that they are facing is right of indigenous peoples, long-standing and systematic discrimination against indigenous people, violence against indigenous women and girls, immigration detention, corporate accountability, counterterrorism, religious freedom, and foreign policy. For the six main current issues in Cuba, we have the arbitrary detention in short-term imprisonment, freedom of expression, political prisoners, travel restrictions, prison conditions, and labor rights. For the Costa Rica, overcrowding that causes poor sanitation and insufficient access to health care. Violence remains serious problems in Costa Rica's prisons. Drug trafficking, and the last one is poverty. For the current issues in St. Vincent and Grenadines, we have the house quality, increased vulnerability to climate change, increased vulnerability to natural disasters, and the last one is environmental problems. For the current issues in Mexico, we have criminal justice system, torture, disappearance, extrajudicial killings, migrant and asylum seekers, and gender inequality. So here's the airport name and IATA code for Mexico. Mexico City Airport, MEX. Cancun Airport, CUN. Guadalajara Airport, GDL. Monterrey Airport, MTY. Tijuana Airport, TIJ. Los Cabos Airport, SJD. Puerto Valeria Airport, PUR. Merida Airport, MID. Airport of Tuxpan, WYX. Airport of Valles, VAE. Airport of Vallejo, BLO. Ciudad Constitucion, CUA. Chichen Itza, CZA. Chetumal, CTM. Centros Island Airport, CDA. Capitan Carlos Rovirosa Airport, VSA. Bahías de Huatulco, HUX. Matamoros Airport, MAM. For the Nuevo Laredo Airport, we have NLD. Loretta Airport, LTO. Minatitan Airport, MTT. Campeche Airport, CPE. Playa de Oro Airport, JLO. Colima Airport, CLQ. Tepic Airport, TPQ. Ciudad del Carmen Airport, CME. Puerto Escondido Airport, PXM. Reynosa Airport, REX. Borango Airport, DGO. San Luis Potosí Airport, SLP. Toluca Airport, TLC. Torreon Airport, TRC. Puebla Airport, PBC. For the country of Canada, we have the Toronto Pearson International Airport with a code of YYZ. For the Vancouver International Airport, we have the IATA code of YVR. For the Winnipeg International Airport, YWG. For the Ottawa McDonald Cartier International Airport, we have the YOW. For the Quebec or the Jean Lesage International Airport, we have the IATA code of YQV. For the St. John's International Airport, we have YYP. Halifax Stanfield International Airport, YAZ. For the Greater Moncton Romeo Leblanca International Airport, YQM. For the Montreal Trudeau International Airport, we have YUL. For the country of Cuba, we have the IATA code of VCA from the airport name of Gustavo Rizzo Airport. We have the IATA code of VYM for the Carlos Manuel de Cespedes. CMW code for Ignacio Agramonte International Airport. CCC for the Jardins del Rey Airport. For the airport of Villo Acuña, we have the IATA code of CYO. For the Los Brojas Airport, we have MWW. For the Maximo Gomez Airport, we have the AVI. For the James Gonzalez Airport, we have the CFW. For the Mariana Garajelas Airport, we have JAO. For the Jose Marti International Airport, we have the HAV. This is the main airport of Cuba, which is located in Havana. For the Playa Baracao Airport, UFB. For the Frank País Airport, we have the HOG. Hermanas Amejeras Airport, VTU. Sierra Maestra Airport, MZO. Orestes Acosta Airport, MOA. Rafael Cabrera Mastelier Airport, GER. Seguana Airport, SZJ. La Coloma Airport, LSL. Punta de Maíz Airport, UMA. San Nicolas de Bari Airport, QSN. Sanito Espiritus Airport, USS. Avel Santa Maria Airport, SNU. Antonio Maco Airport, SCU. Alberto Delgado Airport, TND. Juan Gualberto Gomez Airport, VRA. For the last one, we have the Costa Rica Airport name, Daniel Oduber Queiroz International Airport, IATA code LIR. Limon International Airport, LIO. Juan Santa Maria International Airport, SJO. Tobias Bolaños International Airport, SYQ. For the Barra del Colorado Airport, VCL. For the Playa Samara Carrillo Airport, PLD. Coto 47 Airport, OTR. Drake Bay International Airport, DRK. Golfita Airport, GLF. GPL for Guapiles Airport. FON for Arenal Airport. For the airport of Los Chiles, we have the IATA code of LSL. For the Nasara Airport, we have the NOV. For the Palmar Sur Airport, we have the PMX. Puerto Jimenez Airport, PJM. Punta Isleta Airport, PBP. Cuepos La Managua Airport, SUP. Tamarindo Airport, TNO. Tambor Airport, TMU. Tortuguero Airport, TTQ. Upala Airport, UPL. For the Buenos Aires Airport, VAI. For the Chacarita Airport, JAP. Nicoya Airport, NCT. San Vito de Java Airport, TOO.